What up, what's poppin', and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Monet Bay. And today, what we will be reacting to is 3 True Snapchat Horror Stories Animated. And this is by Modoc's Horror Stories. Now, y'all know how scary I get. Y'all know how sticky it gets. So, I'm going to jump right on into it because I really want to go ahead and get it over. But I'm not going to be covering up my eyes and shit. I might in the heat of the moment, but I'm not finna be doing that the whole time like I was in the last video. I'm going to just have to suck it up. You know, I'm gonna suck it up. But yeah, we're gonna jump right on into it. See what's cracking like with these Snapchat horrors. Snapchat is off.
This is timeline of events.
Hold on, this shit loud as hell.
Be brief. First thing that happened was that 2 days ago or so, an unknown user on Snapchat snapped me a photo of his dong.
Dong is crazy.
Normally, this would not raise too many flags.
What to tell me to check, make sure my mic audio okay. The mic audio good. Okay.
Let's say about present day society, because I'd heard many an anecdote about. Normally, this would not raise too many flags. What does that say about present-day society? Because I'd heard many an anecdote about friends receiving dong snaps from unknown senders.
Okay, so
however, my next
decision...
The
word dong, right? Why are we using that? There was no other words. There's a lot of words. A lot of them. Dong is not the one I would have used. But I guess to get the point across, and it's, you know, it's YouTube friendly, so, you know, I guess.
The situation into a downward spiral. I made the mistake of humoring this creep. I sent a reply snap of my face, captioned.
Now why in the fuck would you do that? They face wasn't even in it at all. You don't know who that is. You can't tell who that is. So you think in your head, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a picture of my face. The real me, looking like I am, even though I don't know who this is. Why? I don't get it.
Who sends dong pics to randos? Or something to that effect. He replied, not until 2 days later, so...
This video long too, so by the way, I'm not gonna react to the whole thing. I'll probably get like to the second. I'll do 2 of them. I'm not gonna do all 3 of them.
Tonight, with a nearly identical photo to the first dong pic. Captioned, well, let's get to know each other better.
To the first dong pic.
From there, we exchanged a couple more snaps. Mostly me flipping this person off and
I'm sorry,
being generally...
What is homegirl doing? Tweaking, I'll tell you, that's what she doing. She tweaking. Since when we do this? Girl.
Snarky.
You green as hell.
But
just like that shirt you
what was kind of weird here was the fact that all subsequent snaps he sent were photos of his dong.
And it was
all from the exact same standing angle in the exact same location. Bathroom floor with a blue rug underfoot. Even though the exchange went on for about a half an hour. I don't know why I kept responding. I wish I had just blocked him.
Any other bitch would have did that.
Now, things started getting extra bizarre. He claimed he knew me, and he was surprised that I didn't recognize his dong, because, allegedly, I had been riding it all night. The snaps now consisted of...
Now, see, I ain't gonna say what I was finna say, because that might be taking wrong. I ain't even gonna say it. But girl, what are you doing? Move around. Get off the phone. You sitting there snapping this man. First of all, the bar is on the ground. He sent you only dong pics. And you over here snapping this man. Tell me something, we exchanged a few more snaps. For what? About what? Or am I tripping? Am I just rude? Like, what?
Nothing but a black background with text. Now, the thing to know
And then if you tell me that I should recognize it, because I was on it, oh, you blocked. Because now you got out of pocket. You got out your place. And I'm about to put you back in it. Blocked.
is that I've had sex with exactly 5 people.
These cars over here be blowing me.
Now, the thing to know about me is that I've had sex with exactly 5 people in my lifetime.
Okay.
And each of them I knew intimately and have been dating. I do not have random hookups that I subsequently forget. I'm not a crazy partier and don't get drunk to the point of blacking out entire nights or events. But this person was admittedly insisting that he went down on me and we had sex. He claimed to remember my cute little landing strip. At which point I told him I knew he was lying just to get nudes or whatever else.
Literally.
Since
why are you still talking to him?
I've never groomed myself in that fashion.
Why are you still talking to him?
He persisted, so I asked for proof that we had indeed met and hooked up. He proceeded to tell me that he had attended a local college in my city, and correctly named the college I attended.
You put your face in the picture. If he just knows you, if he goes to that same college or he's been around that same college and he's seen you, you sent a picture of your face. Anybody could say that. It's the lights is off up here.
Strip.
Clinique.
Bars, which I do incidentally frequent just before graduation. This was a few months ago, but as I only go out to bars in about 3 different neighborhoods, it was definitely a possibility I had been celebrating at this particular one before my graduation.
A possibility.
However, I have absolutely no recollection, none, of hooking up with anyone during this time.
Girl, get off the phone.
Much less having sex with them.
Y'all, she been holding the phone the whole time. You that into the conversation? I would have been blocked him before he even had the chance to even get that far.
The unknown Snapchatter then correctly named the location of 3 different
you don't have
moles
no
on my
words
body.
on your phone, bitch.
Can this just be some bizarre coincidence? I do not forget people I've hooked up with, because, as I've said, they are few and far between, and I am very sexually reserved.
5, you know all of them.
So at this point,
why are you talking to him?
I broke, and told the person they were making me upset, and to either reveal who they were or leave me alone. They didn't respond. I don't know how to tell if someone has blocked you on Snapchat.
Tell me, how are you? You are making me upset. How are you what? Anyway. Girl, you could literally make them leave you alone by pressing block. It's so simple. So super simple.
I'm fairly sure they did after this, because their handle no longer showed up in my recent added list, and a second snap I'd sent continued to show up.
Snapchat. Can you block somebody on Snapchat? It's been a long time since I had Snapchat.
Maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm genuinely scared.
This
person revealed these
underreacting. Way under.
Intimate details they somehow knew about my body. I started crying. How is this possible? All possibilities I can think of are equally terrifying, which right now are pretty much. This is someone I once dated who was deliberately messing with my head for whatever reason.
Or when your ex is mouthy.
I had sex with someone at a bar and have 100% zero recollection of doing so. This has never happened to me before.
Those are not the only options. Girl. The light's not auto. It's 2 lights on, but it's supposed to be like 22 lights on. It's only 2 on. Up there in her upstairs. But I'm like, those are not the only options. One of your exes could be mouthy as hell, 6'9" to the boys, pillow talking. Cause some of them do that. And boom, they over here scheming and got you all worked up. You in there crying and shit. block buddy. Ignorance is bliss. I wouldn't even have made it that far. He would have had to try to come a different way. Because he wouldn't have made it that far.
I'm relatively tame.
I wouldn't
I
have
never
responded
get
to the
blackout
first
drunk and never ever have sex with strangers. Was I drugged?
Close your mouth.
Is something severely wrong with my memory? There's a person who has somehow been watching me closely enough to know bars I frequent, the college I attend,
Stalkers are
and
things.
certain minute aspects of my physiology,
Stalkers are things. He probably right outside.
as well as my middle name. But that's a part of my Snapchat handle. Are there possibilities I'm missing?
Well, that's why.
Please, help me out. I'm genuinely afraid and upset, and at this point, I don't know where else to turn. Who is this person?
Who is she?
And why are they deliberately screwing with me?
You asking for help from us?
I never locked my bedroom door, but tonight, I think I will. If you're unfamiliar with it, Snapchat is an app that people can download for free on their phones, or tablets, or anything else. The basic point of Snapchat is to share pictures and videos with friends to let them know what's going on in your life. In essence, it's basically like Facebook, but centered more around pictures and videos of one's life rather than posts or media. I don't use Snapchat much myself, but I do have it installed on my phone just to see what's going on in my friends' lives, as well as send out the occasional snap to some of my close friends of what I'm eating or whatever else is around me. I also occasionally receive snaps from my friends as well. You know, typical stuff. Anyways, it was just last week when I received some pretty weird snaps from an unknown sender. It was a Wednesday night, and I was in my room studying for a midterm I had that week. To give you the full context as to why these snaps weirded me out so much, I have to let you know a little about myself.
Or are you narrating?
I'm currently a college student.
Is that you? That's this story is about? Like, this is you and you just look completely different? Or are you narrating and you're just showing that you're narrating a story about somebody in the first person? I'm
Junior
thinking
year. I live alone in my apartment close to campus.
Ooh, that felt good.
It's within walking distance of the school, which is nice, as I don't have to go through the trouble of finding parking. The cost of living in my city is pretty low, and I value my privacy a lot and hate living with roommates. I did that in my freshman year of college, and I'll never do that again. Which is why I choose to live alone, considering how I could afford it. Many of my friends also either lived on campus or in other apartments nearby, so I was never lacking for company. The apartment itself isn't very large. It's small, but cozy, and has everything a college student living on his own could ask for. A kitchen, bathroom, living room, and 2 small but comfortable bedrooms.
Damn, not the two.
I'm a pretty big geek, so most of my apartment is filled with various superhero and video game merchandise that I've collected over the years. One piece of merch I was particularly proud of was a Superman figure I'd purchased from a comic book shop for only $30. It was a steal. And I had it on the dresser in my room.
That is him, because he got the same
Basically, to sum things up, I'm a college student who lives alone in a small apartment. Back to the main topic at hand. Like I said, it was Wednesday night, and I was in my room
I ain't gonna lie. When he went on that little tangent right there, I was like listening, but I'm like, what do this have to do with anything? I mean, I guess it just gives you background on the person.
When I received a notification on my phone. Opening it up, I realized that I'd gotten 3 snaps on Snapchat. However, what was weird about these snaps was that they were from an unknown sender. On Snapchat, I mainly snap with 3 of my friends who are avid Snapchat users, and by now, I had practically memorized what their usernames were.
Practically?
This username was entirely different, and it was new to me. It made me curious. I have heard stories of how people have gotten weird snaps from strangers before, but it had never happened to me until now. I should have just deleted them and blocked the unknown user right there and then. But the curiosity got the...
I don't know about anybody else, but that's my first instinct. I'm curious to a certain extent. I'm not curious enough to play with strangers like that. I don't care about what you have to, if you're a stranger and you send me any type of message on any platform, I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, and of course I don't mean like comments and stuff like that, but like messages, like you sending me something privately that don't have nothing to do with no business, nothing educational, none of that. What are you talking? I'm not gonna pay no attention to that. Why would I? I don't know you. Whatever you got to say, especially with some weird shit, I could see that and just block you and all the messages out my life. Why would I entertain that?
For me,
That's just how
I regret ever opening those snaps. Looking back now, it probably would have been a good idea to take screenshots of a few of those snaps I had received to perhaps use as some form of evidence. But the idea had never crossed my mind until now as I typed this. The first snap I received was strange, but nothing too out of the ordinary. It was a picture of a lawn of grass, and it was too close up to see where this lawn of grass was.
Girl, yeah, know that. Y'all know that was his lawn. Y'all know that was his lawn. Y'all know that's where this going. This man is outside his house.
The second snap was where things started to get strange. It was a video. The entire screen went black, as if the person recording the snap was covering his phone's camera with his hand. However, that wasn't the weird part. The weird part was the weird whistling I heard. I don't know how to quite explain it, but it sounded like as if he was putting his whole mouth really close to the phone and whispering in a convoluted, jumbled mess. The third snap sent chills.
Is he whispering or is he whistling? Hold on, let me go back.
Really close to the phone and whispering in a convoluted, jumbled mess.
I don't hear no whispering.
The third snap sent chills down my spine. It was the snap of a door. But not just any door. It was the front door of my apartment complex I lived in. The one...
Now, let me stand corrected, okay? In an instant like this, honestly, I probably would have never, like I said, I would have never got that far to even know. But in something like this, I would rather have known, because then I could be prepared for when you come in. Or you try to get in. Because I got something for that ass when you get in here. And I would just like to be prepared for that. I would have preferred to be prepared for that. So I guess,
everyone walks into you on their way to their rooms. Whoever was sending me these snaps, he was in the nearby vicinity.
He should have sent him a snap back with the blick in his hand like, come in.
After I was done viewing the snaps, I immediately sent a message to the person using Snapchat's messaging feature. I had simply said, "Who are you?" A few seconds after I sent the message, I could see from the app screen that he had opened it.
That's the wrong thing to say. You want me to tell you why? Because it don't matter who they are. It does not matter who you are. What matters is to get the fuck off my porch before I go and grab that torch. Hello.
There's a feature on Snapchat that allows you to see whether or not someone has opened your snap or read your message. Whoever he was, he had obviously been waiting a response from me. I held my breath and waited for a few seconds for this mysterious person to respond, but there was no response.
And he just gonna go back.
After waiting for about 5 minutes, I simply closed the app and put my phone down. At the time, I remember I simply had no idea what to do.
Grab something, nigga. It's time to fight or flight. Pick
I
one.
looked out my window and didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Bro.
Or any weird figures standing on the street below or anything like that. Truth be told, at the time my midterm was my main thing on my mind. And so, after closing the blinds to my windows and making sure my door to the apartment was locked, I went back to studying. I didn't receive any more weird snaps from this mysterious sender, and the event eventually left my mind. I was pretty busy, as I had a pretty rigorous course load
That's not no shit.
was frequently...
That's not no shit that could just leave my mind. That's gonna be on my mind until I figure out what went down. And hey, like I said, I would have been come in here now. You already outside the door? Let me grab that weapon and show your ass why not to play with people like that. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Cause at a fight or flight, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. I used to be real big, so I ain't used to fight because I didn't think I would be able to get away. Oh my gosh, let me shut my ass.
Loaded with essays and other reading assignments. So I didn't have much time to contemplate this. It wasn't until last night,
I would have definitely made time to contemplate that. What?
Monday night, that I received more snaps. These ones were the ones that truly began to make me panic. I was reading an assigned reading for my literature class when I suddenly received 2 notifications from Snapchat. I had received 2 snaps once again from the mysterious person that had snapped me last week. Again, looking back, I wish I had taken a few screenshots of these snaps, but the thought didn't come across me until now. I'm going to continue to kick myself even now. The first snap was eerily similar to the one with the whispering I had received last week.
So it was whispering.
It was pretty much the same thing, except the whispering sound a lot faster and more excited, I guess you could say. The second snap...
Y'all, am I tripping? He keeps saying whispering, but all I'm hearing is whistling. Now I'm trying to figure out, did they just not create the whispering, or do they not know that whispering and whistling is different? Or yeah, I'm confused. This shit is never mind.
The one that truly frightened me. This was a snap that made me realize that something was very, very wrong, and that whomever was sending these was a bigger threat than I originally anticipated. At first, when I looked at the snap, it took a few moments before I knew what I was looking at. And then, it sunk in. It was a picture of a doorframe, with the person taking the snap pointing his phone at it from the darkness of the hallway. Light was streaming from the room that the doorframe led to, and I could make out a few pieces of furniture, including a bed, a dresser, and a Superman figure on top of the dresser.
Oh, that's what that was.
I then realized that I was looking at a picture of my room. I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand up as I began to realize what was going on.
That'll do it.
I vaguely remembered that.
Right there, you know what that's triggering? Fight. I'm ready to...
And to leave the door to my room open. I slowly turned around, half expecting someone to stand in the door staring right at me. But there was no one there. I slowly rose from the chair and began inching toward the doorway. Looking out into the rest of my apartment, I saw that there was no one there either. I spent the next hour or so searching my apartment for any signs of intrusion, but there was nothing. I suddenly felt my phone vibrate in my hand, which I realized I had been holding the entire time. I had received another snap from the mysterious sender. It was a video. My fingers began shaking. I opened the snap and yet another obscured video with the whispering in the background. This time,
now this is whispering. So
whispering was very loud and filled my entire apartment with noise. I didn't get to sleep at all that night. I just sat in my bed, every light on in my small apartment, a kitchen knife in my hand and my phone in the other. Nothing else out of the
ordinary. You know what he should have did though? He should have cut the lights off to make him think that he was asleep on his regular shit, so that if the motherfucker was to pop up, he would get popped back. You hear me?
Occurred.
That was it.
And the other. Nothing else out of the ordinary occurred.
Alright. So that was it for these true Snapchat horror stories animated. If you guys like videos like this and you want to send me like a specific video or suggestion that you would like for me to react to, this one was alright. It kind of was a lot of beating around the bush, if y'all get what I mean. But I mean, it was still interesting and still gave me the chills and all of that. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you like this video, want to see more like it, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. You feel me? Because we going up, 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 up. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out. Man, what the fuck was that, bro? Like, for real. Like, for real.